This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is HomeTalkUSA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world. As Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome, America. That's right, this is the Invent America show with my sidekick and co-host, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton, part of the Home Talk USA radio family. Each week, every week at 4 o'clock Central Time here on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com is when we kind of like specifically talk about new inventions, new technology, new blueprints to, if you have that next great idea, to give you some exposure. I mean, why wait? Why wait till the product is already being developed when we can discuss the product and the technology, why it's being developed, not already developed, if that makes sense. And to talk about that, I'd like to bring in my co-host, my sidekick. They call her the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Rita, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you today?
Well, I tell you what, I love our little talks on the week, and it's getting close for what is it, the ADA show coming up?
Yeah, ASD Market Week will be. We leave in 2 weeks to go to the show, and so we have just been adding inventors. If you're out there and you want to go, if you can't go and you want your product to go, we're taking a bunch of products where I have staff that represents them, and so it's so important to have eyes on products and the touch and the feel and the trying it. And we've got one inventor who's going, and she's like, I don't have the best prototype, but she needs feedback. She needs to know whether or not she should go after, or if somebody's got a really cool idea to improve it, and she wants to know, and that's what we do.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited, and it's a new show for us and new show for me, and we just ran across this show, so we'll see what happens. But, Rita, a lot going on, but one of the main concerns that I've always heard over the years, which I can remember, I want to say 20 years ago when I first started this show, when there was a mass exodus of companies going to China. Mm-hmm. And I said to myself then, what are you guys doing? Because China does not play on our same rules.
No.
Copyright infringement. They steal technology. And I say, what's going to happen? These stupid CEOs, and yes, I'm calling you stupid if you're out there, because you are stupid. And a lot of you already bankrupt your companies because they already stole your technology. But you guys went over to China and gave them the technology. Just gave it to them. A communist country gave it to them. And I knew that's going to be a problem. Well, now you have all these knockoffs all over the place. And by saying that opens up this topic that we're going to talk about. The fear of someone copying your product. Well, that was one fear right there.
There it is, and it's a big one. All right, so what do you do? I mean, do you just always keep your product, hidden under your basket, or do you show it off and get out there? And so there's certain things inventors can do, all right, that will, minimize this, or at least give them a fighting chance. And so those are the things that we're going to talk about today. And we had a product. Now, I know we've had Michael Miller on several times. He's not our industry expert today, although he certainly could have been. We licensed a product to him through Danco that was going to be on all the Home Depot store shelves. And before the ink was even dry on the contract, another major big box store had knocked it off. And it was the licensee that went after him and shut him down.
Yeah.
And got the product pulled. So for inventors that say, oh, I just want to grow organically and do it. Well,
no.
Then they're going to eat you, basically.
That's right. Yep.
And so what we look at is, a licensee, they're going to fight that battle, and they normally have much deeper pockets than you do. But now that's why intellectual property is so important. And one of the things that we frequently recommend, and we have on our show before, is, when possible, file that PCT, because we've had products, and it was one of the other products that we had done a long time ago. The company called, and the first gentleman was having them manufactured in China, all right, and she had filed a PCT, so she had filed in China. And when we moved that product over to the licensee, to a new company that was making them in China, the old company actually called and said, hey, there's another company making this. Is that okay? And we said, yes, we've licensed it. So we moved it over. But when you file in China, they will enforce it in China. When you file in the U.S., they will not enforce it in China. So you've got to be really strategic in what you're thinking about as far as licensing and who's going to fight that battle.
Well, that's what I always said, at the end of the day. I can remember, though, Rita, and I need to tell you, and that's why we started Made with the USA, Made in America, because, a lot of jobs were lost and factories are closing down. And you can see now, people are starting to come back. But at the end of the day, what happened is that when we were doing the trade shows, I can remember having the China guests that of the exhibitors. And, and it's an international building show. It's international, I understand. But at the end of the day, I would not allow any cameras or pictures being taken with my clients or my technologies, because that's what they were doing. They were coming in with cameras, just taking pictures.
Yep.
I know. Why would this to happen? What do you think they're doing? They're going back to steal it.
We actually have somebody we call our bouncer that goes to the show with us, and if you notice something like that, we've got a code word that gets the bouncer over there to take care of things that we see going on that shouldn't be. But yeah, you've got to watch it, and I'll get inventors that say, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to expose myself. Well, you've got to say, all right, well, you want to get your product out there. Yeah. So at a certain point, you pull on your big boy pants and you get out there. The thing is that, yes, if you only file in the U.S., anybody can copy it and make it and sell it all over the world.
That's right.
The only place it's protected is in the U.S. Now, if you've got somebody that knows what they're doing, you can get it stopped at customs before it comes in.
Yep.
That's a fight. But our industry expert had a really interesting strategy, and I'm not going to take his thunder, but he did fight it, and he did do a really good job of fighting.
Rita, there's the music. We got to step away. We got to take a short break. This is the Invent America Show here on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, streaming live on the Genesis Communication Radio Network, which is our network. We're going to come back with some guests, some topics, some inventors. Me and Rita will be right back, so don't go anywhere. Yay! Y'all come back now, you hear?
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
All right, welcome back. That's right. This is the Invent America show of the Home Talk USA radio family. Rita, who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Jenny Salimi. She is a Colorado native, always had a flair for fashion and passion for innovation. I love the way those work together, Jenny. Thank you so much for being on with us today.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me.
Now, while I think all of our guy listeners probably won't be running out and buying this product, for every woman in their life, they should buy at least 2 sets because the women in their life are going to appreciate this more than flowers or chocolates. I am not kidding. We've all had this problem. All of the women, have had this problem. Jenny, tell us about the Brazzle.
Yes, I'd love to. Thank you, Rita. So I basically invented the Brazzle for myself because I was always trying to wear those cute thin strapped dresses and tank tops, but then I would, for some reason, not find the perfect bra to match with it, and I'd have peeping bra straps, which is so tacky.
I know.
And as a fuller-chested woman, I have to have that support of a bra, right? So I turned to this strapless bra, and as any woman knows, those are so uncomfortable, and guess what? They're going to end up around your waist anyway. So
I was going to say, they cover your belly button really, really well, but,
Oh, my gosh, yeah. And then the next best thing is I would try to find these cute outfits that had the built-in bra, but that would give you this weird uniboob effect, so that's not an option either. And then last resort that I could find were those clear straps. Have you seen them? They clip into your bra. They're clear straps, but yeah, they did work for a minute. Towards the end of the day, though, the oils of your skin would make it so murky, so it just looks gross.
Well, and I'm sure that, all of the guys are out there laughing like crazy at us, but if they've got a woman in their life, mother, wife, girlfriend, daughter, you've heard it, you've seen it, you've said, oh, wow, can we not do better? And so, gentlemen, you need to go out and get your wives and the women in your lives, the wives and the women in your lives, the Brazzle. So it's www.thebrazzle.com. You will know exactly when you see the website what this does. So, Jenny, thanks so much for being with us today. You've been out there for a little bit now. You've been making sales. How do you deal with the possibility of infringement?
Well, right now I have a provisional patent, but the sad truth is I can't really stop infringers until that non-provisional is issued, which I think is normally about 3 years after filing for that non-provisional.
Yes.
So once that happens, since they're kind of expensive internationally or just in general, I'll carefully pick which countries I enter into. But for now, I'm first to market. I'm just trying to create buzz and get some traction and pray nobody knocks me off quite yet.
Well, and that's a very good point, is that you can't go after an infringer until after the patent is issued. That's absolutely true. But you can go back to them from the time that you found it, which is also true. And you can't hide it forever. I get inventors that say, well, I can't do anything until my patent issues. Well, a good licensee, and certainly the marketplace, doesn't want to wait because you give time for other products to enter the market that would be then first to market, just like you said. So you've got to get out there, Yes,
exactly. I'm trying not to let fear hold me back, and I'm just going full force.
That's what you do. So, Jenny, where do you want to be in 5 years?
I would love to be a household name. I'd love to be in the big box retailers. Right now I offer 4 different colors, but sky's the limit. I would love to have tons of colors out there. It's perfect for really any retailer who has women's apparel or accessories. It's a great impulse buy. I see myself, and if you picture going to like the Broncos game, for instance, Rita, you still live here in Colorado, having blue or orange Brazzle at big sporting events, or colleges and their sororities having the school colors. Again, I'm in Colorado, so the school colors are gold and black. And how fun would it be to have the girls wearing their cute little tank tops to the football games, not being tacky and still wearing those thin strap tank tops, but sporting the school colors. But then there's also nonprofits like breast cancer awareness. There's the pink. So you're supporting a cause, plus you're also being fashionable as well. So I would love to be all over the place.
I'm looking forward to having you at ASD Market Week with us, because that is a big fashion show area. So, they've got everything there. It's amazing. We laugh and say, they've got everything from diapers to diamonds, because we do have a diaper product. We don't have any diamond products, but we do have a couple of diaper products that are going with us. And everything from, how to retarp, using a tarp to secure a roof line after a storm, and new tools, to the pet products and the fashion products. So we're real excited to have you along with us. And you'll be able, then there is actually a whole floor dedicated to fashion, and you will be able to take as an exhibitor your product over and show it and gather interest.
Oh, I can't wait. I am going to be working it hard.
So we are just looking forward to having you so much. And, for some of our inventors out there that, I hear it on a regular basis, I can't do this unless I get a non-disclosure. Well, once you are patent pending, you should not have to go after a non-disclosure anymore.
Oh, that's good to know.
And that's, a big thing, because people need to go to these shows, and they can't get everybody who walks by to sign a non-disclosure. That's kind of silly, right, chasing paper. So you've got to trust, the attorney that did the work for you, that you will be able to enforce it when need be, and that you're able to get it out there. And, there's two things that will cause someone to rip you off that have nothing to do with the patent. You're making it a price too high, or you're not able to fill your orders. And so as long as you are first to market and you're able to fill your orders, and you've got a sweet spot on the pricing, you're in pretty good spot.
Yeah. I think I'm in a good place then. I've worked both those angles, and I have a great manufacturing company that I've built a good relationship with. So I think I got my bases covered.
That's great. I can't wait to meet you. Thank you so much for being with us today. And again, that is www.thebrazzle.com. And check us out on Invent-America, and we will have the website listed for you. Jenny, thanks so much, and have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
So we are off to pay some bills, everybody. Stick with us, because we have got the inventor of the ice grill brush, who is also going to ASD Market Week with us, and he's going to talk about some of his experiences. So stick with us.
USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. I am the co-host part, Rita Crompton, and we have our next guest, Darrell Swink. He is the inventor of the ice grill brush, and this was a day for Denver, Darrell, because Jenny is from the Denver area as well. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
So you invented the ice grill brush mainly because you you own a fireplace and barbecue company, and when you would go out and do repairs and see this, you figured, okay, there has got to be a better way to clean this stuff. And it makes a difference how you clean it, how long it's going to last. And so tell everybody, why is the ice grill brush a better cleaning tool for your grill?
Well, the way I designed it is you use ice, you put ice in the holder, and you basically, when you use it on a hot grill, it melts down through to help clean and sanitize the grill grate. And a lot of people use cleaners and stuff, but, you don't really know if that's going to get in your food or not. So this way here, it kind of uses a natural water to steam clean your grill. So.
I think that's fascinating. And you are going to be at ASD Market Week with us, and you've been selling inventory now for a couple of years. How do you watch out for the copycats? I mean, that's what I hear so often from inventors. Is it's like, I'm so worried about being copied, or I can't show it yet because my patent hasn't issued. You can waste really precious time by waiting too long to get the product out there. So how do you deal with that issue?
Well, I don't worry about it. There is one company that kind of started using the ice grill brush name that I've been using, but one of the good things is when you look for their product, my product pops up as well. So it actually kind of helps me sell my product as well. But you're really not going to be able to stop everybody from copycatting and doing something. You just have to go out there and just, take as much of it as you can, really. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, and that's a healthy way of looking at it. Is that some people, they laugh and they tell me it's like being copied is a sense of praise because you've got something that somebody else wants. And when you've only patented it in the U.S., you can stop it from coming in to a certain point. But then you've got the online and the e-commerce, and it's tough to be out there. You spend more time beating everybody up than you do trying to just sell your own product.
Correct. And then when they're looking for their product, and my product happens to come up as well, so, maybe they end up buying my product over theirs because, they see it's a better quality. So that kind of works in my favor sometimes, I guess.
Absolutely.
If you have a good product and it's a good quality, I think people are going to steer towards yours. So.
I agree with you. And like I was saying to Jenny, it's like, there's two things that will encourage someone to rip you off. That, either your price is too high or you can't fill orders. We can now add a third piece to that. It's like yours is a better quality. Yours is a better product.
Correct, yes. And a lot of times people will notice that. They're going to notice that, I can see your product might be a little more expensive, but if it's a better product, a better quality, then I'm not going to have to buy it as often. So.
Right. It's going to last long. And honestly, if you look down the store shelves, you are going to see a dozen flashlights. And the consumer then is going to pick that one that's nuanced to what they need. And the same thing with different products.
Correct, so, yes.
Yeah, we look at how it fits in our hand, how long it lasts, what's it made of.
Exactly. And people are willing to buy quality if they know it's going to last quite a bit longer. So that's kind of where we come in.
Exactly. And so what advice do you have for our listeners out there as far as getting a new product into the marketplace?
Well, I think with what I did was I experimented with a few things, and I took it to the customer, and the customer said, "Oh, that's cool. Do you have any more?" And I said, "No, this is a prototype." And then they said, "Well, I like that one." So once I decided that it worked, people wanted it, I went ahead and had them made and just jumped right in. I didn't wait for anything else. I just jumped in. And, you make 50 or 100 of them, and if you sell them, then you know it's going to go. That's kind of how I looked at it. I didn't wait for anybody to say, "Oh, you're crazy, you're doing all this stuff." I showed it to the customer, and the customer liked it, and my family liked it, so they said, "I'll buy it if you make it." So I made it. And now I'm selling it. So
that's excellent. Yeah. You were one of the products that ASD Market Week picked to show in their big display cases. Congratulations on that. They asked me to send them, about a dozen different products, and you were one of three that were picked to be out there and in the different display cases. So that's wonderful. And then we are going to be doing the Innovation Awards out there where all of the attendees can come by and vote on the product that they think is the best new product. So I want to wish you all the luck in the world.
Excited, yeah. I did win at a national fireplace show in Nashville. I did win an award down there. So, and actually in Atlanta as well. So I did win an award down there for a barbecue show. So,
congratulations! Yeah, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So, how long have you been selling, Darrell?
Oh gosh, it's probably been probably over 5 years, 4 to 5 years now. So it's been going pretty well. I mean, I don't sell millions, but I sell hundreds of them. So
good for you. So, and where is your product made?
The product, I just got a new updated one. It's made right here in Colorado in the U.S. of A. So it's made locally. So
you are one of the made in the U.S. products.
Yes.
Congratulations. That is wonderful. So we are so excited to have you going with us to the show, and I look forward to, I've had you at a show before, so I'm looking forward to seeing you again. And right now, we do need to exit and pay some bills, but I'm going to be back with our industry experts. So everyone, stick with us, and we've got somebody who's been there, done that, and got copied. Stick with us. Thanks, Darrell.
Thank you.
HomeTalkUSA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like HomeTalk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. We are talking today about infringements, copycats, how people are so concerned about getting their new product out there because it's going to be copied. And, you know, it's an issue that all inventors deal with. And my guest now is Don Skaggs, Mr. Kentucky himself. He runs the Kentucky Inventor Group. He's an inventor, an entrepreneur, a speaker, an author, a whole host of things that helps get inventors, you know, through that bootstrapping startup mode to being able to sell a company successfully. So, Don, tell us, what did you invent? Thank you so much for being with us, by the way. What did you invent?
Oh, thank you. Well, we made a product that actually neutralized formaldehyde and helped people with formaldehyde exposure in pathology labs.
Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay.
It is a mouthful.
Yeah. So
very nerdy.
You know, it kind of is. And so you and I were visiting, and this was one of the reasons I wanted to get you on for this topic today, is that you were copied, but you went into more of a positive type of attack mode. Tell our audience, you know, what happened and what you did. What was your mindset?
Sure. Well, you know, when you walk into that trade show and you see a copy of your product and the literature that looks like they took your literature and just moved the words and pictures around a little bit, you're kind of horrified and angry and flattered all at the same time.
Yeah.
But we took a whole different approach because, these were like multi-billion-dollar multinational corporations that could squash us like a bug. But the one thing that we had that they did not have was innovation. If they were able to come up with original things, they would have not had to copy us. And that was our mindset.
Good for you.
We always stayed one step ahead of them on the innovation. And we always looked at them like, okay, well, you made this copy, but, it really wasn't as good as ours.
Yeah.
And ours was better, and ours worked, and we were more nimble, and we were able to always stay one step ahead of them. They did one thing, we did the new thing. We became our own best competitor.
That's excellent, and it's a very healthy way of looking at it. It's like, it's going to happen. If you've got a good product, it's going to happen. Yeah. But if you are always, moving, always getting the next step in it, and I've told inventors, it's like, sometimes as you're looking at the lifespan of your product, when you come up with a better way of making it, maybe your new intellectual property is on the way you're making it. It's on the equipment that makes it. Maybe it's on, that next evolution of the way it looks, so that there's options out there to keep it moving, just like you said, being nimble and always being creative.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the superpower independent inventors have that big companies just don't have.
Well, they've got so many people that have to approve it. All you've got is you and maybe a partner or a spouse or, whoever's saying, oh, gee, Dad, this is really cool. And it's like, what about doing it this way? And I get inventors sometimes that are just so cool in the way that, they look at something and say, oh, let's do it like this. And it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's the better widget.
It is.
So what advice do you have for our listeners today?
Don't let fear drive your decisions. If you see someone out there and they're trying to compete with you, don't just think, well, it's all over, game over, let me just go hide in the corner, let me go hide under a table somewhere. No, this is your opportunity to innovate and get one step ahead of everybody else, because that's how you got there to start with.
Yeah, I know the gentleman who was on just before you said, yeah, there's a company out there uses the same name almost exactly like ours, but ours is a better brush.
Yeah.
Exactly. You Google either name, both come up, and now they can compare them side by side. And he goes, ours is a better product. The ice grill brush, ours is a better, lasts longer, so you don't have to buy as many.
That's exactly right.
So it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Well, you and I have known each other for a long, long time, and I look forward to having you on again and some of your other inventors from the Kentucky area. And I just want to say thank you so much for being with us today. Everyone, we are going to run off and pay a few bills. Stick with us because we've got our wrap-up coming right up after this message. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Rita.
HomeTalkUSA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us today. If you would like to listen to any of our past recordings, go to invent-america.com. They are all listed there. If you've got a new idea, get in touch. We can help you get through the steps wisely and easily. If you know somebody's got a new product or should be going with us to ASD Market Week, or if they can't go but want their product there, again, reach out. Rita at inventorlady.com, admin at invent-america.com. We are so easy to find out there on the internet. So reach out, join us. We would love to have you. And if you would like to be on the radio, it's free. All you got to do is fill out the form for me. So a big thanks to our GCN network. If we didn't have GCN, we wouldn't be able to talk to you every week. So again, thanks so much, and thanks for joining us. Talk to you next week, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Home Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!